See, Jeff, back again. I don't know. I think I'm getting better at the COVID cuts. What do you think? Anyway, so this is gonna be my second spin video for the week. Cause I've been at home working on the basement, so I've been playing more jams, I guess. Mostly streaming when I was painting, but yeah, it's in the next room I was painting, so I was just kind of sorry neighbors, kind of cranking it a little bit. It's a little on the CD side of things, but I still got a pretty good stack of records, so I'll start with those. Try to keep it short and sweet. So, picked this up yesterday. Oh, always loved this album. Oh, maybe not always, but yeah, I've gotten into it in the last few years or so. It's a great album. I thought it was VG Plus, but I don't know. Yeah, it still has a little surface noise. I'm gonna try that bathroom cleaner thing as soon as my plungers or whatever show up, because I don't want to bleach the labels with that. But I got kind of curious if that works, because that would be a good candidate, because it looks really clean, but it's still got surface noise. But it's not. It's playable. It's definitely playable. It's a good album. C Train. So good kind of chill psych. So saw a couple of these at the store yesterday. So I don't know. Next time I'm down there, I might pick up another one of theirs. But yeah, on Herb Alpert's label. There they are on a C Train. How about that? So that was a pretty good one. And here we go. Yep. So yeah, Neil Young. So yeah, the cool thing on this, I guess this on the first pressings, or I don't know. It's kind of neat. They had the have the umbrella pattern here printed on the inside. But definitely one of my top Neil Youngs. It could be my favorite. I don't know. Definitely top 5, top 3 for sure. But yeah, might be my favorite. It's pretty damn close. But yeah, it's kind of very timely, kind of environmental, state of the world kind of stuff. But yeah, really good album. It might have just gotten a repress, but for years it didn't have a repress. Really good album. Really happy to get that. Yeah, I was paid like $4 for it. It's like, I'd say a strong VG, but yeah, for $4, yeah, you just don't see them. I'll get an upgrade copy at some point, but yeah, for $4, I'll be able to flip it, no problem for that. Rare Earth, another cheapo record I picked up. Kind of psych funk. This is an incredible album if you ever see it. Yeah, psych funk. I guess that's how you describe it. Rock. Psych funk rock. I think, yeah, they're on that Rare Earth label, of course. I don't know if this is the correct inner sleeve. It just was in there. So I kind of Frankenstein this yesterday. I found it in the bins. They had 2 copies. And I kind of Frankenstein the better looking vinyl with the better looking cover, because yeah, this looked like the same pressing. But yeah, I don't know. Quite happy with this one. This one's gonna get a lot of spins. That was a really good one. Yeah, this one's incredible. I was gonna buy the repress of this. This is definitely one of my probably a top 10 psych album for sure. It's a really strong one. The growing concern. They're concerned about race relations and pollution and everything else that's still relevant 50 years or so, 60 or 50 years, I guess. 50 years later. But yeah, really good album. Mono DJ copy. A DJ promo. But yeah, did not pay full retail on this, because I'm not dropping $400 on an album. But yeah, that was the find of the decade, I'd say. Damn good album. I'll be cranking that again later. Plays really strong VG plus. VG. It's pretty much VG plus on the play. Just had some like surface scratches. These guys are pretty interesting. New Bloods. I think this is one of those ones that were kind of on my radar, but yeah, I think Sean was talking about them or something. But yeah, they were on Kill Rock Stars, and this is like mid-90s. So I was buying a lot of Kill Rock Star stuff at the time, but I never bought this one. But yeah, they're kind of interesting. So yeah, it's a girl group, but it's hardly. It's more of the art rock side of things. Not, I wouldn't call them riot girls by any stretch of the imagination. just kind of associate Kill Rock Stars were with that kind of genre, I guess. But it falls more in the art rock side of their things, more of a K-Rex record, really. But yeah, it reminds me a lot of who do you call them? So a lot of those early kind of artsy post-punk bands, Slits, Raincoats, UT. It's in that genre. You can definitely hear the influence. But that's a good one. It's a good one. So yeah, violin and all kinds of violin minimalist band. I don't know, but it's all right. This one kind of a letdown. The funny thing is, I paid like $4 for this. It looked better in the store. It's probably like VG. I thought it was VG plus. Yeah. Then yesterday when I was digging, I found like 3 or 4 or 5 copies of this. Some of them still in the shrink. I'm like, but yeah, it's not as strong as the other Fifth Dimension I picked up. So I'm probably gonna stop buying the Fifth Dimension stuff. It's kind of fun though. So this is the one that has Up and Away. The funny thing with this one though, let's see if you can see it. It's kind of a misprint. So it's got 2 side ones. So I couldn't figure out. I was like, what? That doesn't sound like Up and Away. Yeah. So it's got side 1 printed on both sides. So that variation wasn't on Discogs. So maybe it was just like a one-off kind of deal. Don't know what happened there. Somebody was sleeping at the wheel. Yeah, so then this one, excellent Ramsey Lewis. Yeah, Ramsey Lewis, you can be kind of hit and miss, I guess. But yeah, this was a really strong one. It doesn't go for a lot of money if you see it. What would you say? Pop jazz, funk, little funk influenced, soul jazz. That's what I was looking for. Yeah, so it's a soul jazz album. A really good one. Golden Goddess? Sun Goddess. Yeah. Oh, this one's like heavy hitter. Heavy sounds. Elvin Jones, jazz drummer. So this is a mid or early '70s repress on it's a Japanese ABC label. Impulse. Yeah, Impulse ABC. So yeah, really good one. Starts off with kind of like a soul jazzy kind of track, which is very Ramsey Lewis-esque. Yeah, really, really good album if you've never heard it. My kid loves dancing to that first track. It's kind of funny. And yeah, this was a bargain bin find a while back, but it plays really nicely. Country Joe and the Fish. This is, I think, their second or third. I don't know. But yeah, really good kind of psych. Psych whatever. Keep going. I want to keep this video somewhat short, so I might keep it under 15 today. And then, after I finished work, this was kind of a crappy week, so I actually went digging twice. And looked, store of the decade on the second dig. But yeah, the first dig, I was kind of mostly missed, but I did pick up a bunch of CDs that it just kind of fill in holes, 90s stuff that I probably wouldn't buy on vinyl, but I actually did want a physical copy. So yeah, Cranberries, what was that? No Need to Argue, or whatever. It's the one that had like Zombie and it had a bunch of what was it? Other ones that were really big on here. Don't know the titles that well. It's got a lot of airplay at the time. Ode to My Family, or Can't Be With I don't know. Can't Be With You maybe. Yeah, but everything I said I think was somewhat big. Yeah, they did have a few radio hits on this. Yeah, something that was kind of evident when I was picking up all these 90s stuff is like, I think in the 90s, when the CDs were still fairly new, everyone was just trying to jam so many songs on the records. And this was one of those albums that had some really, really good tracks. But it felt like it had a bit of filler in there. And I think that's a lot of especially the mainstream records, I think the quality can get, once things were starting to be made for CD specifically, everyone was trying to get like 74 minutes-esque out of it. I don't know if that was the radio, not the radio, but the record labels doing that, or it's like maybe consumer driven. They wanted more. I don't know, but yeah, it feels like once you move to CD as the main format, there seems to be a lot more filler. I don't know. I don't even have a. I don't know. I listen to my CDs like I do records for the most part because I don't have a CD remote at the moment. So yeah, but yeah, I don't know. I just. What do you guys think? I think there's like once you flip to the '90s when CDs are still kind of like the new way of doing things. Like there's a lot more filler. But yeah. So I would knock it down because I feel like there's a lot of filler on here, but there's some really damn good songs. And yeah, this one, fine for a couple weeks ago. This is, I think there's another album by the same name, but it has different artworks. I don't know if it's the same album or not, because it's very different artwork. This is very '90s looking artwork. So Mose Allison, Creekbank. And again, it's yeah, they jammed it on there, so I'm not sure this is the original, where it has a bunch of bonus tracks possibly. Oh, okay, yeah, okay, it does say that. So it's 76 minutes. So they actually jammed 2 records on here, so that's kind of cool. But they redid the order. So Mose Allison, kind of jazz pianist that was kind of hot in the 60s, I guess. With the white kids, I guess. But yeah, quite good. Yeah, not quite Bill Evans, but he's up there. He's a really good guy. He's just kind of chill. He does vocals sometimes. So yeah, check him out. It's good stuff. You can always find his records and his CDs around. Yeah, this was a classic. Again, there's some pretty weak tracks on here that kind of fill it out, but I'd say it's 80% killer. So Corner Shop, Cupful of Aisha is the big one on this. It's kind of glary, isn't it? That's the problem with CDs. But it's yeah. Let's see if I can pop that. Yeah, there you go. So Corner Shop. Wonder if that website still works. It's probably like a time capsule to the '90s. But yeah, super album. I don't know if it's ever got reissued on vinyl, but there was a very small pressing in the UK. Never jumped on that. This one, the Delta 72. So this is a DC kind of garage revival group of sorts. Your Jack White, whatever's. But yeah, super duper good. They were contemporaries of the Makeup or the Makeup Gospel Ministries. If you're like me and you're following them from pretty early on. I think I went to their first show actually. So yeah, so awesome stuff. Your usual kind of garagey revival stuff. Picked up New Order's '90s album, 93, 92, something like that. I think it's 93. So a lot of radio hits in the beginning. It kind of tapers off halfway through, but it's still a pretty good album. You can pick that up really cheaply. I don't know if I'd bother on vinyl. This was a surprise. This was sitting in the Eels section. I was like, I don't know that album, so I picked it up for $1 or whatever. It actually is the Eels, but same kind of genre. So that kind of folky alternative stuff that you would expect from the Eels, with a little alternative edge. This is like 2006. This was actually a really good album. So I had like one more of these, I think. So next time I'm back at that shop, I don't think anyone's touching it unless you watch my videos. So I'll go grab that because this was actually really good. Then you get from the Eels to the Kills. So again, there's some filler in this, but this is a really good album. Yeah, I would kind of like to hear is it worth picking up their stuff on vinyl? Does it sound that much better? Because when you get to the 2000s, it's kind of iffy. '90s, depends if it's it doesn't say here if it's analog recording or digital recordings. Yeah, it's kind of hit and miss. Like if it was some of those digital recordings during this era, they just don't make good records. So I'd kind of be curious how this sounds on record, because I definitely would want to pick up some Kills on record if they actually sound good. Yeah, and this is another good example of filler. Mellow Gold. I have the Loser 12-inch, which came out before this. It was on Bongload. This is DGC. Yeah, so I don't know. This is, I guess, why I never got into to Beck, because I just feel there's a lot of filler in there that just didn't age that well. I love his more folky kind of stuff, like Sea Change. That stuff's great, but yeah, some of that early stuff. I have lots of singles, but like the albums, I don't know. They just don't do it for me. There you go, Sean. Eviscerated, sort of. But yeah, I just feel like this one's. I felt like there's at least 50% filler. I don't know. Maybe I just have to give it another listen, but yeah, I remember not liking it that much, but I found it for like $1, so I picked it up, and yeah, it was pretty much what I remembered. It has some really good tracks on there, but most of it's like, could care less. And then this one's super. Not their best album, still a really good one. The Even, self-titled. This is Ian MacKaye. I always said McKay, but I guess it's MacKaye. Of Fugazi and Minor Threat fame, and his wife, who is from the Wimps, who are also really good. I've been meaning to pick up some of them on vinyl. So, if you like Fugazi, it's a little bit on the softer side of things compared to Fugazi. Not as angry. Yeah, more harmonizing vocals and stuff is not, it's not as harsh sounding as Fugazi, but I probably like Fugazi more than these guys. But yeah, there's even still really good stuff. So worth checking out. Yeah, so a few bucks, I'll pick that up. Yeah, I do want some more of their stuff, especially the one that I think that's the strongest is the Evens, the Odds being the title. But yeah, check them out. So, yep, I'm right on 15, so I'm just going to cut it short here, guys. Have a great... Oh, excuse me, man, just ate. So have a great weekend, and yep, I'm just going to chill with some of these records. I got quite the stack. I probably got about 2 or 3 bins of stuff I haven't listened to. So I got to get through that stuff, because I've just been in a crappy mood with everything going on. And yeah, when I'm in a crappy mood, I like to dig. It's a bad habit, but yeah, I did score really well yesterday. Really well. So, yep, you guys take care, and yeah, I'm gonna chill for a little bit, and then I gotta hang up and anchor some shelves. I think I'm gonna try to do that today, so I can get some stuff done. I got a fun dentist appointment tomorrow, and then back to work in a few days. Take care. Have a good one.